How do you top your love for your cat? With a cascade of decadent savory gravy over a mouth-watering mousse pate. Fancy Feast gems. 2 gourmet pâtés in one convenient pack. Simply peel and plate to reveal a pyramid shape that makes eating delightful and pamper her with an experience as extraordinary as she is. Turn the everyday into the extraordinary with Fancy Feast gems.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
So I received many relationship-based stories from different people. So we'll have a quick string of those. First,
What's the context of that?
just like pop culture things related to people's relationships.
Okay.
So the first is Kevin Federline has a new memoir coming out called You Thought You Knew.
Oh, not Popo Sao?
It's scheduled to be released on the 21st of October, but he's been making the rounds.
Just in time for Halloween.
Saying that it's extremely intimate and transparent, covering his childhood, rise to fame as a dancer, his marriage and divorce to Britney Spears, of course, which is like the only thing people care about.
Uh-huh.
He has 6 children.
Oh. 2 with her, right?
2 with her. I know he has children with Shar Jackson.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. Okay.
Who I think one of the clips I saw, he says in the book that he, apologized to her and feels and knows that what he did was wrong because he basically cheated on Shar with Britney. But the clips that are getting the most attention, of course, are him talking about Britney and saying that she's demonstrated troubling behavior, like waking her boys up in the middle of the night while standing over them holding a knife. And
so she's like white trash Joan Crawford, like
accusing her of inappropriate parenting, like ignoring her children's shellfish allergies and bleaching their hair, causing chemical burns, punching one of the boys in the face. He claims she slapped him over having weed delivered to the house. And, of course, there's a backlash against him, right? Because all these people who support Britney. He says that because the child support and alimony payments ended recently. So he's saying that raising 2 children is, a lot of money and that he's not, people think he's this rich ex, but he's not.
She was paying him, right?
Yes, of course. But he says that his sons, who are adults now, I think they're 19 and 21, that they support him talking about this and says that they feel like the story needs to be put out there.
Damn.
So I don't know. Okay. And then apparently in the last 5 years, she's only seen one of the boys for like 45 minutes one time and the other maybe like on 4 separate supervised occasions.
Oh.
I mean,
that might not all be her fault though.
I don't know. Of course, people are saying he's profiting off of her by writing this memoir to try to get money since he's not getting spousal support or child support.
Well, right. Yeah, that's an interesting time to come out with that, Kevin.
I do think as a child, would I want my parents' business out there? And if I know my mom's having a hard time, would I want my dad out here talking about it?
If they don't feel close to her. I mean,
he even said, Kevin Federline, I saw one clip where he said, actually, y'all mad at me, but in reality, her behavior is 10 times worse than what I wrote in the book. Which is kind of a crazy thing to say. It's like, okay, so then we're not getting.
When's the last time a husband wrote a tell-all? Like because we think about like Betty Davis's kid and obviously Christina Crawford, and it's usually the children.
this is unfortunate. She wrote that, or
She
someone wrote a memoir about her that she put her name on in 2023. The Woman in Me, that was narrated by
Lil White Michelle Williams, who was putting stank on it.
which of course tells contradictory stories. But I think as it relates to these children's well-being and everyone's mental health, it can't be productive to just throw your business out there.
Well, I guess I don't know what's the point, but I mean, it gets attention, I guess, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel bad for these kids because that's their mom, that's their dad. People are talking crazy about both of them.
I mean, they should, it's gonna, I don't know if anybody out there listening has ever heard K-Fed's album. Remember when he put out that album?
Well, I don't know.
That's right. That Popo Sao song, which means bring your ass in I think that's a lyric in the song, means bring your ass in Portuguese or something. I mean, that's a joke.
Well, I mean, I'm going to bring up another famous lady who has had several relationships with men who maybe weren't known until she dated them. But I feel like
Jennifer Lopez.
I feel like Kevin Federline, how could you know? You're just some guy, a backup dancer, you're good looking, you meet this like the most famous pop star lady.
How will I know if she really loves me?
Well, it means just like, I mean, regular people, it's hard, relationships are terrible if you're just a regular person. And then if you're like attached to this very famous person and maybe they have issues that, of course.
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
Well, because what did we just watch where the person.
I mean, she came with an entourage.
We just watched something or reviewed something about the spouse, the woman is severely mentally ill. Mm-hmm. Like she developed schizophrenia. What did we just watch?
I need more than that.
Where
schizophrenia?
Oh my God, my brain is going blank. We just watched something where the woman slowly.
A descent into madness?
Yeah, and we called it that. Like they're trying to do like
a woman in madness. Oh, Die My Love with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay.
That.
There you go.
Yeah. Like I can't imagine what that would. Well, I mean, maybe I can.
Okay.
I don't know. But
all right.
Anyway, since I received messages about this, I'm talking about it. But I don't really. I think it's sad. Britney Spears posted on her Instagram like a response to Kevin Federline, which looks like maybe she needed a publicist to work it over a few times before she hit post. But
like Fantasia putting shit out there, like, girl, you have people that you pay to do this, just let them do it.
I mean, every time she emerges with something, it's like,
emerges.
It doesn't look good for you to. But either way, moving on.
I did see a headline about Jennifer Lopez, something about how she's going to keep future relationships out of the limelight, out of the eye of the media. Like, yeah, girl,
this lady
how long did it take you to learn that?
This lady said she's never been loved. And there was one headline I wrote. It's kind of shady because they wrote, Jennifer Lopez says she's never been loved. Married 4 times and 8 public relationships and 6 engagements, says she's never been loved. Okay, girl. Then I saw that her first husband, Ohani Noah, I think that's how his name is pronounced. He commented on this, basically saying like, bitch, I loved you. And all these men you've been attached to are not the problem.
See, that's the problem. She probably says dumbass things like that. And then people are like, okay, diva. And also that horrible little whatever thing she put out, was that last year? This is my me now or whatever. Like that's all she's talking about in that.
She says in this interview that what I've learned is not that I am not lovable, it's that they are not capable. This woman is damn near 60 years old and she's saying stuff like this. No, you've been in multiple, all these men can't be the problem.
Mark Anthony even?
And if they are, you're choosing them.
Whoa.
So, I mean, you've chosen well over a dozen men.
This almost sounds like a riff on, there's no one out there that would dare to be Mrs. Betty Davis.
It can't be that you've been in this many serious relationships and you're not the problem. Each one of them is the problem. I mean, I think they might have been garbage ass men, but that's what you're attracting. There's something about you that is attracting these men who are not capable of love. Maybe because you're forcing something that's not there, which even with Britney Spears, it would be very seductive to have someone powerful, famous, rich, very attractive, wanting your attention, I think any of us would be lured in.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So I'm not saying that all these guys were all well-intentioned and truly wanted to love her, but she's not stupid. Like, she knows that there's an allure to her and that she has a lot of power. So yeah, I would think any man would.
She needs to get somebody
chance.
who that she trusts in her circle that will give her honest opinions about the things she does, the projects she takes on. Like, do you read these scripts, Jennifer?
One thing I know for sure is people are not interested in being told anything. They're like,
that's true, but
who's gonna listen? No. I think she's way past having someone in her circle who she trusts to tell her things and that she receives it.
Delusional. No. It's like Faye Dunaway trying to get on Broadway in, what was it? What did Andrew Lloyd Webber fire her from? Was it Phantom of the Opera?
No, Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah, Sunset Boulevard. But it's like, girl, you can't sing. You have no business having this job. It's why are you
I mean, just based off of her professional decisions, clearly she's doing what she wants to do. She thinks she knows what's best, and that's fine. I mean, what do I care about Jennifer Lopez's relationships? It's just funny to me that a woman of this age and this like experience would say something like, I've never been loved, and that all the dozens of men I've been with, who I was in very public relationships with, who some I married, many I was engaged to, none of them were capable of love.
What that sounds like to me is what I'm hearing is no accountability. The failure of these relationships had absolutely nothing to do with me.
Okay, but I got out of order. I was going to talk about, someone sent me this thing about Princess Martha Louise of Norway and how she's in this Lavender marriage.
Oh.
And I was reading about it. So she's the daughter of the king of Norway, and she married this man, Durek Verrett. He's an American spiritual teacher and shaman, which already is like side eye. It's this black man who, he has gay face. Looking at him, he looks gay. And I guess he has always identified as bisexual. But they, of course, immediately everyone's like, Lavender marriage. And I guess because the next topic is also going to be about lavender marriage.
What does Terry McMillan have to say about it?
Well, I think the way people use lavender marriage is like there's some sort of deception in there. And I don't think that's not how I would.
It could be Cole Porter and Linda Lee. They might be both very well aware of the situation.
I think a lavender marriage to me means that two people or more enter a situation that doesn't conform to heteronormative expectations. Yes, there are some women who marry gay men and they are shocked to find out. But I think there are women and men who know that their partner is queer or bisexual, pansexual, whatever.
Ethan Cohen, everyone. Ethan Cohen. Mm-hmm.
So they seem happy. This couple, the Princess of Norway, she and her new husband put out a video. And it's kind of cute because at first they go, what is a lavender marriage? As they're both wearing lavender.
Oh, God.
I think that because they say ordinary isn't our thing. We just love.
There you go.
And I do think it's possible for two people to make a decision to be together because they love and care for each other. Who
cares? Marriage is a contract anyway.
Well, I mean, also like, yeah, are you going to,
who cares? Are they happy?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's like, are they happy?
I'd rather see those people be happy than listen to Jennifer Lopez whine about how nobody's loved her.
And then I was sent an article about Diane von Furstenberg, the iconic fashion designer.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Her husband came out as gay recently.
Oh, big shocker.
And they've been in a 50+ year relationship. Mm-hmm. And her husband before him, like in the 70s, he came out as gay.
So she likes to
she said, I married 2 gay men. Okay.
Judy Garland.
I don't know why, but to me, they're not gay, so it doesn't make any difference.
They're nice, yeah.
I mean,
these wealthy, like Lillian Bettencourt, like they like the homosexuals that fawn over them,
there are a lot of, I think, fabulous older women who get into these like partnerships with gay men because they feel safe and cared for. And, I think the assumption too is that people's needs aren't being met.
It's mutually beneficial.
I think people are
emotionally.
making assumptions about people's sexual needs and
Right.
not fully understanding that
The gays do not put everything in one hat or one
you don't
bucket.
know. This lady might have young men out there who are taking care of her in that way, just how she likes. And so when she is with her gay husband, they are just able to enjoy their lives together. And I mean, I don't know, but I'm just commenting because it was sent to me.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I have to say about
that. I must put out a statement.
I don't think, in the restaurant section, we tried a new restaurant, Land Noodles.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They had a spicy beef dish and they weren't joking.
No, I got the medium.
And that was medium.
I mean, I like spicy shit, but when it's a new place, you got to kind of gauge, like, are they lying or are they intense? And these people weren't lying. No. Mm-mm.
And then they had these, what were they, drunken noodles?
Those were their Dan noodles.
Oh, Dan noodles. Mm-hmm. They were very good. It tasted like it had a peanut butter sauce, but I'm assuming it's sesame.
Sesame, yeah.
But those noodles are so long.
Oh, yeah. I like options and I like noodles. And so there's lots of options with noodles. And for each dish, you can pick what kind of noodle you want. Like extra wide, long, and thin, blah, blah, blah.
They were very good. They were chewy.
I love a chewy, wet noodle.
I would eat there. Again, it's at that Gateway West Hollywood Plaza where the Target is on Sunset and La Brea.
Get it now.
Or Santa Monica.
Who knows how long that's going to survive over there?
I know. Everything comes and goes. My Starbucks that I liked, because Starbucks closed a bunch of SoCal locations.
I know the one I used
two of them are two that I would go to.
The one that I used to like to go right at in Echo Park, it was a Reserve.
Oh, that one's gone?
That's gone. I remember when that was a laundromat, that building. Anyway.
But the Target has a Starbucks. You just can't do mobile orders there, but whatever.
Boo. Formosa Cafe, though, they still there.
Then
Oh, and the Breakfast Republic that we went to, that's already something else.
Oh, so it did close.
It's open again as something else. It's another breakfast place. Because I walked by it.
Oh, you know what else I just noticed today? That hot chicken place that's on Fairfax.
Hot chicken.
It's like every time we drive by, it's in that stretch of Fairfax that's like all those kids stand out there for those expensive shoes.
Yeah.
Remember that hot chicken place?
Yes.
That's closed.
Damn, there's a barbershop near there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And so did that Mongolian Genghis Khan place.
That's closed?
That's closed,
on Fairfax?
Yeah, I think that's gone too.
Oh, all the times I went by there and never went to go in.
Yeah.
Dang. Lastly, so there's a restaurant in Minneapolis called Hell's Kitchen, which I love.
Yes.
And they have something called, and I might be mispronouncing this, Mahnomin porridge.
Okay.
It's a Native American breakfast porridge made with cooked wild rice, cream, maple syrup, nuts, and dried fruit.
Yeah, lots of wild rice in northern
originates
Minnesota.
from the Ojibwe people and is common in the upper Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
But Hell's Kitchen serves it, and that was my favorite thing to order.
Oh, yeah, we walked there just to get that. Mm-hmm.
And then years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, maybe, one time your mom was visiting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the trip where we went to Kurt Russell's house.
Yeah.
In Malibu. And then
which
I
he
think,
has since sold. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think just like being around your mom, and then it made me think of Hell's Kitchen. And then I thought, I want to make this porridge. So I look up a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm like, there's this super fancy grocery store in Malibu. Let's go. Not realizing that the prices were like Erewhon level.
Mm-hmm.
But the main ingredient I needed was hazelnuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that hazelnuts were super expensive.
Yeah, it's strange. Well, I love strawberry rhubarb pie, and rhubarb out here, which is a goddamn weed. Rhubarb is expensive out here in California.
So then I paid like 40 some bucks for a little bit of hazelnuts, and I tried to make the porridge, and I didn't do a good job. But then last week I was with my mom, and she just had a big old bag of hazelnuts.
Mm-hmm. And
she's like, here, take these. And I thought, ooh, now's my chance, 10, 11 years later, to make it again. So I roasted those hazelnuts, and I got all the ingredients, and I've made this porridge a couple of times now.
Yes, you have.
And I have to say, I was pleased with my results. I mean, nothing's ever as good as...
No, it was good.
No,
you gave it to me once. It was good.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was better than my first try. But
God, remember when you tried to... I think it right before you moved in with me, or you had just moved in, and for some reason we had all these old canned sweet potatoes. I don't even remember why I had those or where. And you're like, I'm going to make a pie without looking at a recipe.
How hard can it be?
I don't know why potatoes, I let you do that.
You just need a crust. You just need some sugar.
Immediately threw that away. No, not good. But hazel, it's funny.
It wasn't not edible though. It just wasn't.
We didn't finish that.
Well, no, I mean,
and I don't throw food away, but I was.
It wasn't delicious, but it wasn't like going to make anyone sick.
I would have had to eat it all because you do that all the time. Where I'm like, I'm not finishing that, so I'll have to eat something for days. But that hazelnuts. I grew up in the countryside of northern Minnesota, and we had a ton of hazelnut bushes in our yard. And when I was in second grade, you know how little kids do lemonade stands? And I lived on a highway, okay? One summer, and I had cousins that lived nearby, and I'm like, I'm going to harvest these hazelnuts. And they come in little clusters, these green clusters, and you have to kind of bust them out of that, and then you let them dry out. And I put them all into individual Ziploc baggies and tied them up, and I was trying to sell them for like 50 cents a baggie. And I had my little... radio flyer. What are those red wagons called? I had a little radio flyer red wagon, and I went up on the highway with a sign for my hazelnuts. And my mom in second grade, that's like 92. So I was young. I wasn't even 10. My mom was like, you can't sit up by the highway trying to sell hazelnuts. So my cousins did. They made no money. Oh. I had a lot of hazelnuts, let me tell you. They probably still have those bushes over there.
The detective said missing kids usually come home. What happens when they don't?
Based on a true story.
Police looking for John Gacy.
We discovered bodies. By the looks of it, they're younger men.
The things he did to those kids. He's sick.
The system failed these families.
Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. Streaming now, only on Peacock.
Do you know how many there are?
Up to you to find out.
Finished training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
Moving on, films released we didn't cover. Blue Moon.
Oh my. So if you're going to see a new Ethan Hawke film this weekend, don't see Black Phone 2 because that's absolute trash. See Blue Moon, which competed in the Berlin Film Festival where I reviewed it, and it's excellent. It's a biopic about the last days of the composer Lorenz Hart, who was a homosexual. Right before Venice this year, I received a personal note from the screenwriter of this film.
Oh.
Do you remember?
No.
Is it bad form to read it? I mean, I barely get something like this.
Well, I don't know what it says.
Oh, it's complimentary.
Well, no, you already said it.
Oh, well, no. He said, I may be among the last people on the planet to have read your Berlin review. Highly doubt that, sir, by the way. But I'm the writer of that film, and I wanted to tell you how gratifying it was to read a review so observant and articulate. I worked on Blue Moon for many years, and it was rewarding to see how much you understood what I was aiming for.
Oh,
I mean, I thought that was very moving.
Well, people should check out Blue Moon starring Ethan Hawke.
But I mean, in a perfect world, we would have covered this because this might end up in my top 10 this year. Absolutely loved it.
Well, make it a podcast movie.
Mm-hmm. The next film on this list we probably will be covering, but when it lands on Netflix, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So I guess I reviewed this out of Venice, so I have something written out there on it. But I think you'll enjoy it well enough. I'm looking forward, and it's long, and I am more than willing to watch it again. For modern Frankenstein, I mean, what's the major comparison point to the Kenneth Branagh version, which is terrible? It's pretty good.
Good Fortune.
Aziz Ansari's debut, which I heard is flopping. I did want to see it. I think Keanu Reeves looks so cute in it.
I don't care for Aziz Ansari.
But Keanu seems cute.
I know, but just something about his voice, and I feel like he's the same in everything. I don't know. I do like Keanu Reeves.
And Keke Palmer.
And I like Keke.
And Sandra Oh. Like all the people around him you really like.
I know.
I don't mind him. I mean, it's just like, sir, right now you need to stay out of the headlines.
At most, if this were on an airplane, I'd put it on. That'd be about all I'd give it at this point.
I will plan on catching up with this, especially for the cast.
Lastly, The Mastermind.
This I reviewed out of Cannes. I think it was the last film in the competition that screened this year, the new Kelly Reichardt film starring Josh O'Connor, which is good. I think I might have been tired. I wasn't wowed by it. I had a few colleagues that were just raving about it, and I really like Kelly Reichardt, but I thought this was just fine. Basically, it's about a art thief who thinks he's smarter than everybody, and it's like, no, sir. Crime doesn't pay, does it?
Projects of interest.
Okay, so a Gloria Estefan biopic, which, great, bring it. Love that. I mean, she was a seminal figure as a young queer kid with one album in particular. But guess who's playing her? Well, you know.
Well, I know.
Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about that.
No. Absolument pas. No. Why her? Ugh.
Well, it hasn't started filming yet.
No, Gloria, I think, let the cat out of the bag. I think it still needs...
Gloria likes the idea.
Yes. But I think it still needs financing, or there's a writer-director attached, but it's like, God, this woman can't... I like Kristen Stewart much better than Rachel Zegler, but it's kind of how I felt about Kristen Stewart playing Joan Jett. It's like, you don't have the swagger to play this woman. And that's how I feel about Rachel Zegler playing Gloria. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work.
Well, she can sing and all that, so I'm sure she'll do it justice, but I'm sure people will have feelings about her.
Can you imagine Rachel Zegler singing something like Wepa?
Well, I doubt that would be.
It's not.
It would be.
That's not going to be featured.
You know, I bet it will probably be her beginnings up until like the bus accident, maybe, or something. But like when she broke her back.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be like her in her later years. So, well, I don't know. Or maybe like it could focus on her romance with Emilio. Like, there's so much to do with Gloria Estefan.
I mean,
I wouldn't want to do it with Rachel Zegler, but
I guess I'm unaware about, is Rachel Zegler Cuban?
Look, all that matters is that the lady the movie's about likes her.
Sure.
So for that reason alone,
what about,
I would give it a chance because...
And get Ana de Armas.
Well, Gloria Estefan picked her, so...
I don't know that she picked her. She just knows that she's attached and was...
I feel like Gloria Estefan is powerful enough to say who she would not want to play her, so...
Wait, but Ana de Armas, don't you think that would be fitting? She can lip sync? Just have something... The person shouldn't have to also be a singer. I mean, that's long, because then you get somebody like Jennifer Hudson who can, sing the house down but can't act. Playing.
Well,
Rachel
I don't
Franklin.
know anything about this project. If Gloria Estefan's producing it, and
I don't know,
I would need to have more details. But if she's saying it, that means that she approves it.
The headline was enough to get my blood pressure up.
Anyway, this past week on Patreon, we have several things. Whale Rider, Dee Dee, The Cell, Donnie Darko. We have the Thornbirds episode 2, which is a free episode. So if people don't follow us on Patreon, you can follow for free. You don't have to pay. And then you would have access to, at least once a month, it's usually a movie Nick has paid for.
Yes.
That he is donating to the people.
And Thornbirds basically, not even out of, we didn't even plan on doing this, but just on timing because we've been so busy. I just split that up between 4 selections.
Well, because it's 4 movies.
It's basically 4 movies, yeah.
And then we got a chance to go with some new friends to Haunted Hollywood, which is a Voss Events like Halloween show.
This was very LA.
And they have it in New York and Los Angeles. Of course, we saw the Los Angeles one, which they have at the Beverly Center.
That's what I mean by we're at a mall.
Well, but it was hosted by Jackie Beat,
which I did not
know, and that was a very pleasant surprise because, of course, I like Jackie Beat.
Same. And then we walk in, and there she is, Pennywise, the MC.
Yeah, so I posted that picture on Instagram, but even she kept making fun of the fact that they were on the 8th floor of the Beverly Center.
I mean, because when you like the show is fun and cute, but it's like when you kind of stop for a second, you're like, God, yeah, where am I?
Mall. Well, you know, the malls, I mean, even the Beverly Center is struggling because it's just like, I go there kind of regularly and it's always dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what's keeping that mall open. And the location where we saw the show, that used to be a movie theater.
This used to be my playground. Yes, we saw Kevin Costner in The New Daughter, and that's where we originally saw Bad Lieutenant Port of Call, New Orleans. That was my very first trip to LA back in 2009.
But I enjoyed Haunted Hollywood. So basically Jackie Beat is playing Pennywise, and she starts the show. Well, no, the show opened with a woman singing. She sang like 3 songs. She had a beautiful voice.
She did
like Stevie Wonder's Superstition. She did that Lady Gaga Wednesday song, and some others that I thought were fun. But the premise of the show is Jackie Beat is saying that they're trying to find a replacement for her for next year. So she has all these like horror icons who are auditioning. So it was like a variety show.
It was, and the wraparound story makes no damn sense.
It doesn't, but Jackie Beat definitely made it funny.
For sure.
And the shows were really, the more memorable ones was there's this gay guy doing sword swallowing that I thought was funny. There was this very beautiful woman who, when you first walk in, she was basically old girl from The Substance.
Yes.
But she did kind of like an aerial striptease that I thought was really good.
Yes.
Then there was a little person playing Chucky, this lady who I thought looked just like Lady Gaga.
She played Chucky and Tiffany.
She played Chucky and Tiffany.
She was cute.
But there's like an exorcist moment with this beautiful blonde being like a psycho, the one who gets stabbed in Psycho.
She also played Marion Crane. Yeah.
Marion Crane. But yeah, I thought it was really.
I like the choreography for the woman that was basically Drew Barrymore in Scream, and then she's accosted by all of the like Leatherface, Michael Myers, and
that's right.
Who else?
And you know, it's a little crafty.
It is, but it was fun. It's cute. I mean,
that was the fun part, and it's pretty gay. I mean, you know, you have Jackie Beat, you have this gay sword swallow, you have this like hunky.
I had no idea I was going to literally a gay event.
Yeah, it felt extremely gay.
We got there, the man checking us in, I was like, whoa, okay, this is what's happening.
So I loved it. And then Alaska, the drag queen, was there
in her human form.
Human form. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Then they gave us ads for their Christmas show, which looks like the exact opposite of it. Looked very heterosexual.
Well, you know, I was looking because you left that card in my car, so I was looking at it. And I thought,
cursing me.
Well, I like this one enough that I would maybe check out the Christmas one. It can't be that the Christmas one is like, well, you know, my fear is because Halloween is inherently more adult.
Yes.
So my fear would be that the Christmas show is family friendly, but then Voss Events is mostly these like drag. So there's no way that it would be like
that. Didn't look like a family friendly ad. That looked like a woman wearing bra and panties is roasting chestnuts over an open fire.
Right. So I would consider going, but thank you to Michael and Rick for inviting us.
Oh yes. And then we ate at Yardbird first.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which I think we had the same server as last time.
We talked about Yardbird for our anniversary last year.
God, was that last year? Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Yardbird is a cute spot.
It's fine. Yeah.
I actually like my food better this time.
Well, we got a healthy option.
But we just got a healthy option. Yeah. So maybe that's the key.
It was the quinoa.
Just get the quinoa avocado protein bowl. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hard transition to the obituary section. Unfortunately, there are a couple of entries. Penelope Milford died. She was an American stage and screen actress.
Oscar nominated for Coming Home, which I have the nice Blu-ray sitting down there by the TV. You need to watch that.
Oh.
John Voight and Jane Fonda, her second Oscar win. John Voight won for Bruce Dern. Was his only Oscar nod for many years until Nebraska. Excellent anti-Vietnam film.
She was 77.
Although it lost Best Picture to Deer Hunter. Anyway, yes, Penelope.
And then shockingly, the singer D'Angelo died.
Yeah,
at
that
the
was the
age
big
of
news.
51, which I didn't realize he was sick. He was suffering with pancreatic cancer, and apparently he had been in hospice for a while. So,
Yeah,
but it was a shock. And
young, very young.
His first album, Brown Sugar, was one of my Columbia House selections, so I treasured it because the Columbia House situation felt like
a racket.
It was like I was involved with the mob, like I was some loan shark buddy. So,
oh yeah, the way my parents acted about Columbia House was like, don't open that Clear and Present Danger VHS because we have to buy it then, and it's expensive.
Right. So those first batches of deliveries I received, I cherished those cassettes, and one of them was D'Angelo's Brown Sugar, and then he had a kid with Angie Stone who also died recently.
She did, yeah.
And I was thinking they have a son together, and like imagine both of your parents dying at a young age.
I remember
so close together.
Well, Angie's was unexpected though, wasn't it?
Oh God!
Because if he's been in hospice, the family at least has had time to prepare.
Well, yes, Angie Stone was in a car accident.
Yeah.
So, but with his dad, he had some time to prepare, but still, I'm sure grieving the loss of his mom, and then your dad is really sick to boot. Is hard. So
yeah, that was a bummer. That and Diane Keaton. I've had so many conversations with people just like, God, this is it's just a shitty year.
The secret film this week was my choice, and I chose the 2025 American horror film Vicious, written and directed by Bryan Bertino. This hit streaming on October 10th of this year. We didn't review it.
No, a week ago, yeah.
Because
we were busy.
But I saw many comments about this film asking if we would review it. So that was part of my decision. And of course, October horror. I thought it'd make a wise choice because I also was under the impression this was very well reviewed. So I thought we were in for a treat. Sadly, I don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, I didn't like this film. But Bryan Bertino is an interesting director. I mean, he's a franchise starter. His debut was The Strangers. With Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman. But of course, that film is I don't know if it's acknowledged, but I always believed it was a loose remake of the French film Il, Them from 2006. But I've seen all of his films except his sophomore film Mockingbird, which we need to, as we discuss Vicious, I think we need to mention what that film is about. And also, you haven't seen it, but his 2016 film The Monster, starring Zoe Kazan, there's some similarities there. We did review his last feature, 2020's The Dark and the Wicked, which I really liked. And it's funny watching Dakota Fanning in this because several shots of her, I think she looks like Maren Ireland, who's the lead of The Dark and the Wicked, who you might remember from that movie Birth, Rebirth.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is Vicious about? A woman spends the night fighting for her existence as she slips down a rabbit hole contained inside a gift from a late night visitor. We have pull quotes since the movie's pretty new. What's yours?
Dakota Fanning screams her little heart out in Bertino's metaphorical psychodrama Vicious, but the only cycle this narrative succeeds in achieving is spin, as it's a repetitive, soggy exercise which forgoes thrills as it wades through confusing trauma tropes.
Dang. Mine. Imagine A Christmas Carol remade as a horror movie with some smiles sprinkled in, then strip away the purpose and heart. That's Vicious.
Oh.
I didn't hate this movie, but I agree it's repetitive. I thought it was tedious. We hit the hour mark, and I was certain this movie was going to be finished because it felt like I had sat through 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, the premise of it feels like it'd be more effective as a 30-minute segment of like a Tales from the Crypt or Amazing Stories, something like that.
For sure, the main plot point feels like it would work better as a short.
Twilight Zone, yeah.
Okay, so Dakota Fanning plays Polly, a woman who looks like she's in her late 20s, early 30s. It would appear her life is in disarray. She lives in this big cluttered house that we find out she's renting from her sister. She
might as well have an L on her forehead.
For loser. She seems to have some financial issues, maybe a dead-end job. We find out that she either dropped out of school or needs to go to school.
I think she has an important interview tomorrow, the evening that this is set, for some kind of educational program.
Well, I think she just seems like a standard person of her age who feels like a failure in every sense of her life.
Yes. And she has tattoos, means rough around the edges, I guess.
And I guess that's supposed to mean that, she's made some bad choices.
I don't know.
But one night, an old lady arrives at her door claiming that she's lost, looking for someone.
Played by none other than Kathryn Hunter.
And Polly's dumbass lets her in.
Yeah, well, it's cold outside. It's winter. Set the scene. It's Christmas.
It's the holiday time.
We even get Darlene Love singing one of the saddest Christmas songs ever on the soundtrack.
So things start to get a little weird when it's clear that this old lady is, has an agenda. And she basically gives Polly a mysterious box that contains an hourglass and tells her the box is cursed. She must place 3 things into it: something she needs, something she hates, and something she loves, or she will die tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, the middle portion of the film is Polly in this like surreal, fantastical, psychological head game where reality is fractured and compromised
with courtesy of some box demon.
And she does put items in the box that she believes will satisfy those 3 things, which we'll get back to.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately realizes that she can just ignore the box. So we see her the next morning. And it's important to know that during that previous night, she had given the box to someone else because she believes that's a way to like stop the curse.
Mm-hmm.
And she gives it to a neighbor of her sister's. So the next morning, it seems like everything's great. Polly seems happy that she got through the night.
She's going to do the right thing and snatch that box up.
So she goes to that lady she gave the box to, but that lady is like, bitch, I don't know who you are, and I damn sure don't have any box. But then we see that lady was lying. She does have the box. In fact, she went through it last night as well, because we see that she has cut off some fingers, which we'll get to, killed her parents.
And there's a bloody message on the wall about don't lie to her. Don't tell her the truth, that crazy woman that's going to come back.
The end. So it's kind of, the ending is somewhat ambiguous. I think it's open for interpretation.
Yes.
Because why don't you tell me what you think the message or the meaning of the story is?
Well, I assumed it's that, don't depend on the kindness of strangers. That's for damn sure. But also don't, you have to put up clear boundaries, and you can't endanger yourself to be nice. You have to consider your own safety. You have to consider your own well-being. I think it's a film about boundaries. As you said that the vicious means vicious cycles, self-perpetuating cycles. And at the end, the notable moment is that Dakota Fanning is standing outside and her phone is buzzing because, FYI, this is a phone horror film. She doesn't pick up the phone. She doesn't even look at it. And it's about not letting things in to infect you.
Yeah, I agree. I think the box is a metaphor for like us having control to a degree of our lives, but also not letting that idea get out of control. And so I think, it's interesting because the instructions were very simple when she was given them by Kathryn Hunter's character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put in something you need, something you hate, and something you love. But then those instructions seem to shift because the first thing she puts in there, it doesn't work. The box doesn't accept it. So she has to figure out what it really is. And then for the next thing, she does something, which we'll get to, and that doesn't seem to work. So she has to do something else. So I think,
what this felt like is when, well, I go out a little bit more than you do, and I do like talking to people, but it's learning. Vicious was making me think of my own cycles. It's learning to like, okay, I'm done with this conversation. I'm like, it's, you're your sense of politeness is not going to usurp my time.
Well, and then I think also getting back to the box, sort of rejecting the physical property she's putting in there. The metaphor is about confronting your internal trauma and
yes, and
all that.
And all of those things that let social interactions control you.
Let me start with the notes I have. So, first of all, when that old lady showed up at the front door, and see, the other reason why I think this movie frustrates me is it doesn't feel like any of it is grounded in reality.
Well, yeah, because in that really stagnates the empathy factor, because there are
exactly.
you can see there are moments where it's like, oh, I should be feeling something for this woman right now, and what these experiences are doing to her, but we don't.
Right.
But I agree. It starts with Kathryn Hunter's arrival.
And I wrote down, would I have let this woman in my house?
No.
And in big capital letters, I wrote, hell no.
No. And again, I'm all for helping people, but you can help. You need to help. You know, what is the adage about you on the plane? You put your own oxygen mask on first. You know,
listen, if someone could get to our front door,
which they can't,
never. But if they could,
you're making it sound like we live in a Francis Hodgson Burnett's secret garden.
But if some random person was knocking on the door looking crazy,
oh no,
maybe unless you're an expected delivery.
Even
Amazon. I don't even trust people with the Amazon vest on. I feel like you can drop my shit off.
I've watched too many vampire films. No, you can't come in. Stay out there.
Yes.
And I will call for help.
Well, here's the thing. You know what I always think? Why are you asking? Because here, if I needed help, let's say I lost my keys and someone stole my keys and my phone and I don't know how to get anywhere, I would ask, I would try to find the police or ask someone, can you call the police and ask them for help? Hey, can you help me get home? Or can you help me contact someone who can bring me my car key? I just don't understand.
Well,
how people impose their shit on you,
the scene that I think that in my capacity, if I was in need of assistance, I would not want to impede, or I feel like I'd like to be aware of what I must. But the scene that's coming into my mind is, remember in Barbarian when old girl goes to the gas station and she looks crazy because she's been through it and they won't help her. You know that there is that side of it too, that no one is going to help you because of how you seem or appear.
Yeah. But okay. Then I also thought I would like to see a gay male version of this story. The things that.
Well, it occurred to me, what would it look like if this lady showed up and you somehow got the box in your hands? What you would do? I'd throw, but again, I see there'd be no movie because we'd be like, there's a fireplace right there. Throw that shit on the fire and let's get.
If someone knocked on the front door, or I saw that someone left a box there, the ring goes off and I can see that there's something that's been delivered, and I run downstairs to go get it.
I assume it's my food,
and it's a box. And when you open the box, there's another little box inside with mirrors.
I put in a box and then I put another box.
If I open that shit and I start having, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'd like to think it'd be take a lot more for some demon to get me caught up. But
the thing is, I don't think I'd get far enough to let someone in my house to explain to me what I need to do.
Exactly. No.
So I would get the box, open it, be like, okay, that's interesting.
You'd be like, our review for it hasn't dropped yet, but when they shut down Russell Crowe as Herman Goring at the Nuremberg trials, sir, no statement needed from you. Just sit your ass down.
Yeah. Nope. I'm not.
Let me stop you right here.
Is there a QR code I can scan to get the instructions? Because we're not doing this.
Yeah, no, get it.
Okay. So Polly's dumbass lets this crazy old lady inside. And at first she's like, could I get some water, sweetie? Oh, I don't want to be too much trouble. And then, I don't know, my son gave me this number. And if I need help, and just being weird. And Polly is too damn stupid to just shut it down. But then the only creepy moment I wrote down is when Kathryn Hunter kind of snaps out of acting like this scared, clueless old lady. And she goes, I'm going to start now.
I know. That's
and I was like, oh, what is happening?
I'm going to stop you right there, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. And Polly does kind of go what you talking about, Willis? That was the only moment that kind of creeped me out when she said, I'm going to start now.
But then, and then she gives her little instructions, but immediately it starts preying on her mind. What kind of reminds me of Skeleton Key as well, right? That the shit only affects you if you let it, if you believe.
Well, I think that's part of what happens in the end when she does fulfill the 3 things, is she realizes like, I'm done with this. But let's go through the 3 things. So something she hates. So she's thinking like, what do I hate? What do I hate? Oh, I know, smoking. So she throws a pack of cigarettes.
Except secretly, bitch, you love it. I mean,
well, what's the first thing she does the next morning when she thinks everything's all good? Light up a damn cigarette.
Hey, you know, you one life. It's short.
Okay. Until your teeth look like wild rice, but okay.
Dirty rice.
So she puts in the cigarettes, and then it's clear the box does not accept those cigarettes. So she's thinking like, oh, I don't know. And then all of a sudden,
I needed that box to be more bitchy, like kapooey.
Yeah, like what if the box could speak like
Dave Chappelle?
No, Aubrey 2 from
Feed me,
Little Shop of Horrors.
Or gotcha, bitch.
But she ends up wandering around her house and goes into like a bedroom and pulls out photos of her dad. And then the film is trying to be like horror, like we get ghostly things that are being violent and look scary.
I didn't like the visualization of her dead mother.
I didn't like any of them.
Her mom's not dead, but we get like ghost version of her mom.
I didn't like the visualization of any of the ghouly things we saw.
Because, not to start to keep interrupting you, but initially I thought there was some promise because Kathryn Hunter's showing up, and then we see the vision of someone moving in the background after the box is delivered.
Oh, you know what? That was another creepy moment.
I was thinking
because you see their reflection in the mirror first, and then they show up behind Polly.
I was thinking of Inside.
Yeah, well, for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, like Beatrice Dahl, where a woman who has something very important happening in her life the day later is being accosted by what? In the dark. Yeah.
So Polly has like, she basically gets attacked by like her zombie dead dad.
Ghost dad. Shout out to...
I still have Ghost Dad 6 on my watch list.
No, not Ghost. It's called... not... Ghost Dad is Bill Cosby. You're thinking of...
I'm thinking of... Ghost Dad is the title of the movie on my list, but then he's in a movie that's called something 6, but there's no like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Franklin 6 or something.
Anyway, she gets attacked by her ghost dad and then realizes that the thing that she hates is God, because her dad died of a terminal illness when he was younger. And she says, we prayed to you every night and you didn't save him. So she takes the cross that her dad used to wear around his neck and puts it in the box, and that satisfies the thing she hates. Mm-hmm. So next is the thing she needs.
Again, but then it's like, based on what happens with the other 2 things, is like, so that was nothing.
Well, and then it's like, this is where it starts to get repetitive, because then it's like, okay, so then she starts getting visions. This is the whole Christmas Carol thing to me, because it's like, I don't understand the intention of the box, like, because it almost feels like the box is trying to help you.
Yeah,
but it's also
like
hurting.
If you can survive this, you're going to be stronger where the bones were broken.
But it's like a spoonful of medicine or a spoonful of sugar helps. Like, no, this shit is lethal. But she sees video of her sister and her when they were younger on a TV, but it's like
old school TV.
But it's also like altered and like there's blood. It's meant to be kind of creepy. And that's when she realizes, oh, the thing I need is the relationship with my sister. Mm-hmm. And then we keep hearing them do that little nursery rhyme thing or whatever. This little piggy went to market, whatever. And we keep seeing them playing with their toes. So Polly's crazy ass realizes that, oh, a symbol of my relationship with my sister that I need is for me to cut off my pinky toe.
Yeah, Della. So
she takes some garden shears and cuts off her pinky toe, puts it in the box, and that box doesn't want it.
The box goes bleh.
The box literally turns into like a little crispy black thing. Like I don't want this.
Here, put that on your pizza.
So then she sees a vision of herself in the mirror, and the vision of herself,
which was giving me Watchers with Dakota.
Well, you said as we were watching this film that she's not very good at choosing horror scripts.
No,
I thought that film was also crunchy.
Yeah.
But the vision of herself she's seeing is missing a finger.
Mm-hmm.
So then she realizes, I need to cut off a finger too.
That's it.
So she does and puts it in the box, and that satisfies the thing she needs.
I think that the ulterior motive of this box is collecting fingers.
Well, because then we realized that neighbor lady had cut off fingers.
Kathryn Hunter was missing a finger.
But I don't understand what with the finger.
Like, so everybody, that's our universality, is our need for fingers.
Then why are we hearing this little piggy, which everyone associates with toes?
So would a thalidomide baby have been immune to this box?
Now we have another podcast where we're talking about thalidomide.
Well, I'm thinking about like what happens if you don't have fingers? And I can't sacrifice a finger to the box.
Thalidomide babies have fingers. They just might have two.
Well,
they're all bound together.
Well, I guess maybe that's worse, because then if you only got two phalanges that are not webs, you really...
Oh my God.
No, box demon. I need these fingers.
Okay, then the thing she loves. This was, the love thing really threw me off because it felt redundant.
Well, it's very symbolic. And
because she realized that what she loves is her niece. And getting back to us feeling like there's no, like the emotion isn't there because I don't feel connected. I don't feel connected to Polly, so I damn sure don't feel connected to this niece of hers.
Well, I don't know what has happened to Polly.
Because I don't know what's happened to any of these people.
I'm sorry you have too many tattoos and have a dead-end job as a 32-year-old, but I mean...
Well, the distance between, like, in these relationships, I don't understand, like, how we got here. And then if the thing you need is a better relationship with your sister, I feel like a relationship with your sister's daughter would be part of that umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the thing she loves being her niece, which she ultimately represents with cutting off a piece of her niece's hair. She sneaks into her sister's house and cuts hair.
But she believes that her sister and niece are dead at this point as well.
I thought that was unnecessary. Like it's trying to give us gore and scares, but then it just makes it all seem for naught.
Well, that's also a test, because she could have, the voice of the dead child is saying, cut off my nose or my... stab out my eyeballs, auntie, and she cuts hair instead.
Yeah, I thought that was real tired. But if I had to make tweaks to the movie we watched, I would think that the thing she loves maybe should have been like, well, the obvious thing would be, because I was thinking she was going to say like some man, but I think the obvious thing would be like maybe a baby, like a pregnancy she terminated, or something that had a little more obvious emotion to it.
Some choice she made or some sacrifice made that has defined her in a way that she's not gotten over.
Right. But your niece, like what happened with your niece? I mean, your sister, you have a relationship with her because you rent a house from her and she lives close enough that you are able to go over there, 3 times in one like,
and pay a modest amount for your rent, it seems like.
Like, you clearly have access to your niece. I hated that was like the final thing.
Mm-hmm.
But so those are the 3 things. She satisfies those, but then, we're only at the hour mark.
Yeah, the box doesn't want to go away.
So then all of a sudden, Kathryn Hunter returns.
No, before that, first Dakota feeds it some blood.
Oh, you know what? Can we talk about that? Because I don't know why she thought she needed to give the box blood.
She's, again, part of the metaphor, I guess, you keep feeding the thing that is ruining you, girl. But then a mysterious hand comes and grabs her and pulls her down in the box for a minute. And then
that's when she realizes that she should try to get rid of the box.
She starts mumbling to herself like Kathryn Hunter. Well, the woman said, it seems like Kathryn Hunter thought there was somebody she didn't like that lived in the house, because she claimed to be looking for another woman, and then instead just said, well, you'll do. I'm giving you this goddamn box. But Dakota Polly has this epiphany that, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to give the box away to somebody else.
So when she is at her sister's house, she goes to a neighbor. And now this is another person. Well, before this even happens, earlier on, maybe even before she does the second thing, the thing she needs, she runs to a neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady just this black lady just opens the door and lets her in, even though she doesn't know who she is. And that's when I knew, like, we're in fantasy land. There is no way.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Mm-mm.
So, and then that lady we see is acting weird. And then she kills herself by stabbing herself with like a butcher knife.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that felt extraneous, like, oh, just trying to make this gory horror.
Yep. Gorer. This is a gorer film.
But so after she does all that,
so she gives it to this little girl Tara, and then we realize that that's the opening scene of the film.
Yeah, because the opening of the film is we hear Dakota Fanning Polly talking to herself.
Well, it sounds like she's talking to a therapist.
Or
right?
therapist.
I don't like myself. Is that weird to say?
But then we realize, oh, that's what she's telling this new lady she's trying to drop off the box to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and then she drops off the box, and then Kathryn Hunter makes a reappearance, and she's like, the box never leaves you. And then they have a scuffle. And then Kathryn Hunter says some more things that I think are imperative to the plot, which was, my mind is blanking now, but what does she say? Something like, oh, she thinks the box chooses the people. The box chooses broken people. Okay. Well, I mean, you might as well drop a box off at everybody's house then.
Again, I don't know. I understand the box is a metaphor for like internal trauma, and it just feels really heavy-handed and simple, but also a little convoluted because they're trying to. Because what did I reference? That Polanski movie,
Repulsion. Oh yeah, it's got elements of like a Women in Madness film.
I feel like it's trying to do Women in Madness, but it also wants to give us like The Ring, Smile.
Yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can think of several examples of movies.
I was thinking of Richard Kelly's The Box, which is based on a Richard Matheson.
Or what did you say?
Story.
It Follows.
Oh, It Follows has that element. Yeah, like.
But you know, one of those where it's like you got to pass something on to save yourself, and
yeah,
it doesn't work as either types of those films.
No, and again, I think Dakota Fanning gives a decent performance. I mean, she's doing what she needs to do.
Yeah. Also, we keep hearing, because she's getting, you already mentioned this, but like phone whore, because she keeps getting these calls from people who shouldn't be calling her, like her dead dad. But it's very obvious because the first call she gets is her talking to her mom, and then we realize like it's not really her mom.
Well, she's being taunted by the demon, and but very early on, she hangs up on this thing a couple times. It's like, just turn off your phone.
But then they keep, whomever is talking to her says, "We and I will know you lie."
Okay.
So it's kind of like, she knows the truth. She needs to deal with these things.
Only you can lead yourself through the darkness.
So the themes, trauma and self-destruction, like obviously, this box forcing Polly to confront her regrets, her guilt, blah, blah, blah. But again, what is she guilty about?
I don't know. Just being
a failure,
an underperformer. Like, girl,
that just feels like this. You would like.
It sounds like you're on the right
really
track.
Hard on yourself.
Yeah. I'd be like, you got a sweet gig paying cheap rent to your sister
to live in this big old house, and then you have a job. They're forcing you to work a double.
I know.
Hey.
Well, I found it that because she on her answering machine, that her boss is like, you have to work a double tomorrow, Polly, because you have nothing going on. Okay, and then it's like, oh no, she has a big interview. I don't think she's going to do that double.
If I'm trying to be fair, I can see why. Or I can see how the ambiguity of the rules of this box would relate to like mental health struggles, right? They don't always make sense. I mean, if they made sense, then we could solve them easily. So
that's right.
I think if I'm trying to be more fair to the story, the fact that we don't get clear rules, or that the rules that we were given shift, it doesn't not make sense.
No, but I can see themes across this Bertino's filmography now. The Strangers. I've never seen Mockingbird, his second film, but the plot description of that is a couple are given a camera and a set of instructions which they must follow, or else someone will die. Sounds very familiar here, Bryan. And then The Monster, which has a great female lead performance from Zoe Kazan, but that's a mother and daughter must confront a terrifying monster when they break down on a deserted road. And that basically is it. It's set within the confines of this car world, and also a weird creature feature in this mother trying to protect her daughter. Like, it's very lo-fi horror. He's balling on a budget making these things, I think, but and again, I think can direct a really great lead performance, but I don't know. Dark and the Wicked, though, if you haven't seen that, highly recommend that one.
The more themes like isolation and vulnerability, of course, it's a really easy device to heighten the terror and the tension when someone is trapped in a space alone. And I think, it does, for a moment, like when you looked over and said, "Oh, I'm getting inside." It's like, yeah, for a brief moment, it was giving that. But then, another issue is she's really not trapped in the house.
She isn't,
because she keeps leaving. She leaves to go to 2 different neighbors. She leaves to go to her sister's house. She gets in the car and drives somewhere. So I think, that's also where the story shouldn't have been opened up in this way.
Yeah, I feel like it needed a few tweaks, but again, the metaphorical premise, I mean, that seems primed for a short film, for not for a feature length.
Another theme, like survival versus compliance, because initially the premise is that her survival depends on her complying with the rules of the box.
When the opposite is true.
When ultimately she comes to realize that the opposite is true, that she can refuse them entirely. But then I still think the ending is a little ambiguous because she doesn't, she goes right back to smoking.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily the worst thing.
No, it's not, but it's like
the lesson learned is she can not answer the phone.
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't think the smoking should be taken too seriously, but I think if this is a metaphor for mental health issues, I would think anyone who feels like they've struggled with mental health issues would probably agree that you just don't snap out of it.
No.
Like even in the most extreme situations, like one night is not going to cure you of all your insecurities and feelings and traumas. And
to me, after a night like that, and she came out on the other side of it, I think a cigarette's an okay thing at that moment.
Well, always find a reason to do something you shouldn't be doing.
Well, I mean, that's the least of her worries really at the moment.
Well, right. And then lastly, of course, the title, like cycles of pain and anguish, and literally we see violence cyclically, but also this box, like it being passed from Kathryn Hunter to Dakota Fanning, who then passes it on to a neighbor, and then I'm sure that neighbor will do the same.
Well, and I guess how our trauma can be a ripple effect on those around us, and how do we stop it?
That being said, I don't love the title. I'm sure if it would have been called The Box, I would have been like, oh my God. That's the
Richard Kelly movie.
Right.
Box,
so,
I think Box Demon. The old lady in the Box Demon. Let's get back to fantastical titles. Come on now.
I don't know. Well, the first thing that came to my head was like Let It Go or something like that.
And you don't even like Frozen.
And I haven't seen Frozen.
Yes, you have. You started it and you went to bed.
Oh, okay.
You weren't having it.
This film was shot in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, tax breaks.
The composer, Tom Schrader, provided the musical score.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that Dakota Fanning gifted each crew member an engraved hourglass, because the hourglass, we see it a lot in the film because it's in the box to determine like when the night is up, you need to have fulfilled these things, which, the passage of time and these parameters we place on ourselves.
It's very arbitrary.
Well, it's so interesting because I think like I listened to someone give I thought it was a very emotional but also accessible talk about their struggles with fertility and how they went through IVF and ultimately gave birth to 2 children. And I thought it was really, listening to her was really lovely to hear someone who like loves their kids so much and how hard they tried to have them. But also she talked about how we should be mindful. And Kathryn Hunter does this to Polly in the movie. She asked her like, oh, do you have kids? Well, you're so pretty. Why don't you have a man? And, you never know what people are going through, right? Some people would love children, but can't have them. Or some people don't want children. And it's, either way, it's just so interesting how people
measure who has worth.
Right. But the passage of time and like knowing, especially with fertility issues, like it's very time sensitive, right? So I think there are times when having an awareness of the passage of time is critical. I mean, obviously for deadlines and things like that, but then sometimes like, again, I'm disappointed because I wish I understood Polly better. Like she's still a young woman. in many ways. Maybe if her goal was to like have 3 kids and do all this, well, maybe you need to get on that. But if your issue is that you just feel like you're not happy with your career,
well, because
you have a lot of time to figure that out.
Kathryn Hunter says that, like, oh, you're so young, and she says, I'm not that young anymore, and she's like, well, you're young compared to me, and it's like, yeah, like, why are you beating yourself over? You are attempting to go back to school to further your education and try something else, and that is the gloriousness about life, is that we're all on our own journey, and you get to decide when you want to do something new, and who cares what anybody else thinks. That's the problem. It's about comparing ourselves and our journey and our successes and our accomplishments to those of others around us, and all that's bullshit.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Dripping in gold? That's cool. Dripping in Velveeta's supremely creamy golden cheesiness? That's respect. Elevate your drip with Velveeta's range of outrageously delicious dips and dishes. Shells, cheese, melty blocks, and heat and eat queso that go all in on indulgence. Flex on your fam with a creamy, cheesy masterpiece and go all in on what you love with Velveeta. Respect the drip and satisfy your cravings. Bring home the drip with Velveeta.
Yeah, I mean, mostly, yeah.
Well, because we're each on our own journey. To compare, you take away from yourself by comparing yourself to others, because all that does is sow discord, internal discord.
I agree. I do think that we need to be mindful
of course, be mindful.
Like, time's not forever.
No, and there's a time constraint on having children and blah, blah, blah. Of course, there are time constraints, but that doesn't mean there's no time constraint on enjoying the moment.
Well, but I think, again, if I'm trying to be more fair to the story, this character of Polly and the metaphor of the hourglass, and like, for a lot of people, I think they get stuck. Like, there's never a time when they feel like they can start to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in that regard, time is not forever. You need to be mindful. Like, there's no better time than now to take that first step to do something better for yourself or to make that change. I feel like I'm reciting song lyrics, but I don't hate this story.
I don't either, but it's
weak.
It's weak.
The film.
You see where it has potential, I think. But again, there's a reason. I have to believe there's a reason that they just dumped this on Paramount Plus. Rather
well,
than
it was intended for a theatrical release, and then it was canceled.
Yeah,
so I wonder if
I don't know. Yeah, it could have been better.
What would you give Vicious?
2.
Unfortunately, I agree. I don't think this works. I would give it 2 out of 5.
Ooh, burn.
All right. So what do we have coming next week?
Next week, a new Colleen Hoover adaptation. Regretting You. I already know I'm going to hate that.
And oh gosh, we received a lot of messages about Shelby Oaks. We're seeing Shelby Oaks on Monday.
Yes, we are. Actually, we are skipping the Bruce Springsteen biopic to see Shelby Oaks.
That's fine. And then we're seeing The Secret Agent, a Brazilian film.
Excellent. Kleber Mendoza Filho's new film that was in Cannes. I liked Wagner Moura already, but I mean, it is cinema. It is a cinematic film. I love it.
And my birthday is next week, so
yes.
I accept gifts. The PO box is listed, Venmo, all that. Yeah. Thank you in advance.
Next week's podcast we'll probably have to record early.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh yes, well, we will figure it out.
Are you reading anything?
I'm finishing up Kiss of the Spider Woman because I've been wanting to read it forever, and then we rewatched it. We had a podcast on the original, and then we watched that dumb musical remake, and I needed to read the book. Oh, you know what's touching about it to me is it opens the film that Molina is describing to his inmate in great detail. Because if you remember in the original film, it's a Nazi propaganda film starring Sonia Braga. It's Cat People. Right on cue, my cat came out with Simone Simon, the Val Lewton production, which is, I don't know that you've ever watched that with me. So I didn't realize that was in the remake directed by Bill Condon. The finale happened in a theater at Paul Schrader's version of Cat People, which I shouted out in our review because I like the Paul Schrader remake a lot too. But that's a shout out to the original novel that is not included in the original film version.
Oh,
I love Cat People. Jacques Tourneur. If you have not seen Cat People, please see Cat People. Oh my God, both versions. But the 40s, I love it so much.
I was going to say, I've been listening to, we reviewed a movie several years ago called Aline.
Oh God, which unauthorized Celine Dion.
It's an unauthorized Celine Dion. It's unhinged.
What's that? Valerie Lemercier. Yeah.
We even get this actress who's like in her 50s playing Celine Dion, playing her as a child. So it's like Marlon Wayans in that movie. Little
Sextuplets? Oh, no. Little Man.
Mm-hmm. It looks just like Little Man, except Celine Dion, because she's playing her as like what, a 12-year-old?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. But you know what?
The music is amazing because there's a woman named Victoria Sio who's singing Celine Dion songs, and she sounds like her. So I've been listening to that soundtrack.
It's actually a very well-intentioned examination of Celine Dion's experiences, from a parallel universe.
Let me tell you something. If someone screened this at a theater, I would go.
I think they screened at Cannes because
Is it available anywhere? Aline, Aline.
It must be because it was released. That's why we reviewed it.
2020. Oh, is it on Prime?
That's the.
It's on Roku. Is Roku free?
Yeah.
Oh, Aline is on Prime. Like if you have it for free.
See, that's the other release, the Hand That Rocks the Cradle remake that we're gonna get into that.
Oh, we're gonna watch the new Hand That Rocks the Cradle today, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of the original. I'm willing to admit it is a B film. But I love Curtis Hanson, but I was Rebecca De Mornay in that stunning. Peyton.
I need anyone who ends up watching Aline to comment below what they think, because I'm watching the trailer right now and
we have a review out there for it.
I know, but I'm reminded of how berserk it is.
Yeah, it is. But that lady is funny. If you haven't seen her,
she's a comedian.
She's a comedian. She's in a lot of French cinema.
But she's not. This is not a comedy.
No, it's not.
Like it's earnest in the attempt to show the early. Well, it's not just the early years. It's a sweeping biopic.
Yes, it is.
Because we get her from being a little girl meeting that Renee Angelillo, who's portrayed as like an old man, all the way to I think her Vegas residency and having her kid.
Yeah.
So it is like insanely sweeping. And it's 2+ hours.
But you know what actually works a lot better than a lot of biopics?
I liked it more than Respect. Speaking of Jennifer Hudson.
Yep.
Yeah. If anyone watches Aline, comment below. But I think that's all we have, right?
Yeah.
Ta-ta.